Hello, welcome to Galactic Initiative. I'm your host, Jeff. In this video, I'll set the stage for a momentous scene from 2005's Revenge of the Sith, Mace Windu's confrontation with Supreme Chancellor Palpatine. To help me, I will include passages from Matthew Stover's novelization not featured in the film. Mace Windu, Master of the Jedi Order, wasn't caught off guard by many things. However, the news from Anakin Skywalker shocked him. His strong connection with the Force, honed by decades of experience and intense training, allowed him to anticipate most of the happenings around him. Mace perceived fault lines or shatter points in a complex web. He intuitively sensed where and how pressure would bring about a desired outcome. Earlier that day, General Grievous had been located and the High Council voted to restore the Senate's sovereignty. Next, word of General Grievous's destruction arrived. On behalf of the Jedi Order and the Republic, Mace planned to confront Supreme Chancellor Palpatine about ending the Clone Wars and relinquishing the emergency powers given to fight them. When Mace concentrated on his task, he couldn't find a shatter point. Instead, it radiated fear, the looming specter of which threatened the entire galaxy. The sea change occurred in the main hangar of the Jedi Temple when Anakin Skywalker returned from his visit to the Supreme Chancellor. The Council had sent the young man to report Obi-Wan Kenobi's engagement of General Grievous hours before. He raced into the hangar with urgent news. Mace's companions from the High Council, Masters Kit Fisto, Saesee Tiin, and Agent Kolar, boarded a gunship for transport to Palpatine's office. "I think Chancellor Palpatine is a Sith Lord," Anakin told Mace. A hurried exchange followed. Mace instructed Anakin to wait in the council chamber because he sensed the Chosen One was too conflicted for the mission. Then Mace left with the others on the gunship. After Mace shared Anakin's news, Kit Fisto was the first to speak. "I'd feel better if Yoda were here, or even Kenobi. On Ord Cestus, Obi-Wan and I," Saesee Tiin interrupted. "Yoda is pinned down on Kashyyyk, and Kenobi is out of contact on Utapau. The Dark Lord has revealed himself, and we dare not hesitate. Think not of if, Master Fisto. This duty has fallen to us. We will suffice." "And Skywalker?" asked Agent Kolar. "What of the Chosen One?" "I've sent him to the council chamber until our return," said Mace. "He has done his duty, Masters. Now we shall do ours." "I'd still feel better if Yoda were here," muttered Kit Fisto. The mushroom dome of the Senate appeared in the distance, and next to it, the Republic Executive Building, their destination. A determined silence replaced the Masters' conversation. When the elevator reached the Chancellor's suite or executive office, Mace recalled all his previous visits, all the meetings and emergency briefings, all the horror and misery of the Clone Wars. All of it, orchestrated by the man who the galaxy viewed as the Republic's greatest asset. Therein lay Darth Sidious's evil genius. Everything was cast in a new, troubling light, from the invasion of Naboo to the separatist attack on Coruscant. Bitterness was an emotion Jedi trained to overcome, yet it swirled in Mace as he crossed the main office accompanied by his fellow Jedi. He intended to restore peace to the galaxy that evening by any means necessary. The Jedi Masters confronted Palpatine in his private office. Mace announced an arrest. The Jedi ignited their sabers. Palpatine famously declared,
"I am the Senate,"
and accused the Jedi of treason. The Dark Lord ignited a crimson blade and attacked. The Jedi barely had time to process the threat when Darth Sidious corkscrewed upward to land among them. Agent Kolar died first. Saesee Tiin was next. Kit Fisto parried 2 blows before he fell too. Mace gave ground, backing out of the office. Palpatine and Mace were fighting in the main office when Anakin arrived. The rest, as they say, is history. I chose this scene for several reasons. 1 criticism, 1 compliment, and 1 recommendation. First, the criticism. In the film, Palpatine's immediate dispatch of the Jedi Masters broke my suspension of disbelief. I acknowledge the physical limitations of Ian McDiarmid, who was 60, but Christopher Lee's opening duel with Ewan McGregor and Hayden Christensen went smoothly, and Lee was 72. In both scenes, stuntmen handled the fight choreography, and the post-production team inserted the older men's faces. Why did the process work for Lee and against McDermott? I don't know. Samuel L. Jackson said he trained for 5 weeks, while McDermott trained for less than a week. Jackson is only 4 years younger than McDermott, so preparation might have been the problem. Christopher Lee was a fencing champion. But the concept, the quick, easy kills, was, in my opinion, the bigger issue. I am not a filmmaker, but I would have skipped the corkscrew and used stuntmen and clever editing to create a longer, credible duel. Or used Force lightning against the Jedi before they had sabers in their hands. After accusing them of treason, imagine Palpatine electrocuting 3 Jedi Masters without warning. As shown, the councilmen barely moved. Their slow reactions contradicted their speed and skill in Attack of the Clones and the Clone Wars. Even Obi-Wan in A New Hope would have blocked the strikes that took out Agent Kolar and Saesi Tiin. Next, the compliment. With Yoda absent from Coruscant, Mace acted impatiently and fell into Palpatine's trap. Mace's judgment throughout the prequels was questionable, and his hurry to arrest Palpatine became his last worst decision. For a man who misjudged Anakin, Count Dooku, and Chancellor Palpatine, he displayed a level of certainty that can only be described as arrogance. He learned of a lengthy plot to take over the galaxy, one that confounded the Jedi for decades. Yet he didn't credit Sidious with anticipating the Council's next move. What if he'd waited for Yoda to return? What if he'd brought additional backup? What if he'd been more compassionate to Anakin? The impatience and righteousness suit his character and validate Yoda's line about arrogance being more and more common among Jedi. I think of Mace as one type of father for Anakin. He doubted, humbled, and commanded. I think of Palpatine as another type. He confided, flattered, and enabled. Between the two, Anakin's choice was obvious and well established. Quality development across 3 films. Finally, the recommendation. The scene is one of my favorite in the novel. It conveys the triumph of evil over good to an extent not possible for a PG-13 film. Some examples. Readers are privy to Palpatine's dark preparations, Mace's efforts in the duel, and Anakin's musings about Kit Fisto's severed head. The book also provides causality and continuity beyond the movie. I like to imagine Lucas sharing his unfiltered ideas with author Matthew Stover. As the Jedi Masters enter the private office, Palpatine begins an audio recording. Then he behaves like a victim to indict the Jedi Order. Here is an excerpt. Mace, we know who you are, what you are. We are here to take you into custody. Palpatine, I beg your pardon? What am I? When last I checked, I was Supreme Chancellor of the Republic you are sworn to serve. I hope I misunderstand what you mean by custody, Master Windu. It smacks of treason. Mace, you're under arrest. Palpatine, really, Master Windu? You cannot be serious. On what charge? Mace, you are a Sith Lord. Palpatine, am I? Even if true, that's hardly a crime. My philosophical outlook is a personal matter. In fact, the last time I read the Constitution anyway, we have very strict laws against this type of persecution. So I ask you again, what is my alleged crime? How do you expect to justify your mutiny before the Senate? Or do you intend to arrest the Senate as well? Mace, we're not here to argue with you. Palpatine, no, you're here to imprison me without trial, without even the pretense of legality. So this is the plan at last. The Jedi are taking over the Republic. Mace, come with us now. You get the idea. Palpatine calls for security and ends the recording before igniting his saber and attacking the Jedi. Later, during his speech to the Senate, Palpatine plays the recording as evidence of a Jedi plot. I highly recommend the novelization. And I hope you enjoyed this video. Check out my Galactic Initiative channel for Star Wars analysis. And don't attempt a leaping corkscrew attack when your opponents have the high ground.
Galactic Initiative is not authorized or endorsed by Lucasfilm Limited. The name Star Wars and all related materials are registered trademarks of Lucasfilm Limited, a subsidiary of the Walt Disney Company, all rights reserved. Galactic Initiative is a registered trademark, and other product and company names are trademarks of their respective holders. Use does not imply affiliation or endorsement.